you've been running for 25 years.
Yes.
What has that meant for you in your life?
Running in my life. um, it has helped me become the woman that I am. Honestly, I'm a very strong individual, and it has to do a lot with running. It teaches you a lot of life lessons, and one of them, like I said, overcoming my teenage years with a group of kids who wouldn't have mercy on me, who wouldn't care if I was gonna go home and kill myself. Um, but I didn't, because I became a strong person. But it has also taught me to be patient. A lot of times we want results fast. We train, and we expect to see, a big difference in our times, but that's not how it is. Sometimes you'll have a good day and you'll have an amazing race and a fast time. Some other days you're just gonna have a really bad run, and no matter how much training you have put in. So there are good and bad days, and if you're not patient for what your goal is, you're just never gonna achieve them. So I have learned to be patient. I have learned to be compassionate too, because as you know, I've been training to be an ultra runner, and a lot of those races, you are out in the mountains with no support, but the other runners that are part of the same race. So a lot of times you see someone dehydrating, and then you have to make the decision of, do you keep going or do you stop to help someone else? So it is very important to me to know that I'm always doing what's right versus what I want for me, because sometimes what I want for me could be selfish, but being there for other people, it's more important. And running has taught me that. It has taught me to be a person who wants to be involved with the community. As you know, I'm also part of different running groups, and I enjoy being part of their running journey. A lot of people are starting, and they always have a lot of questions, and I love to share my knowledge in a way that I make them understand the importance of doing things right versus, trying to just, I want to run 5 minutes per mile. Like that's not really important. You want to run 5 miles instead of one. So trying to share what I know with others has been so important to me. That's why I try to be part of different running groups, and it's very inspiring also to be around people who are new to running, or people who have been running for many years. You learn from them so much as well. Um, and it's running has been a very humbling experience too. I I it's funny because sometimes my friends ask me what do I do for fun except for running, and I'm like, that's all I do. I go to sleep early so I can get up early and go do a long run. Or I try to schedule my work days in a way that I can have a day for a long run. I don't schedule my days to go and go party. Like, I don't do that. So it has kept me in a very healthy way, because I've seen so much that I feel like if I don't take care of myself, I won't make it. So running has kept me healthy. But I think the most important that has happened, and I feel like I say this with all my heart, running has saved my life. And it has saved my life in a way that it taught me to love me. It taught me to take care of me, um, because there's a lot of evil around us. But I had learned to um, mute everything that comes my way that is negative, and I just focus on me. And I have had several experiences in which, I couldn't have done things that I was gonna regret, but instead I learned to just focus on me, because myself was more important than whatever other people's opinion would be. So it's been a great thing in my life. Please run. Everybody, please run. Be a runner.
So recently, I don't know if you saw this. I think it was last week where I shared a bunch of magazine cover mock-ups from. It wasn't really Runners World Edition, but somebody from another crew had created mock-ups of different runners on their covers, which I thought was a really amazing project, and I really had to show that. Um, I just want you to share your experiences on being a plus size runner and also your thoughts on body positivity.
Yeah, I'm a very strong advocate for all sizes because I have been a small size runner and I have been a plus size runner for a very long time. Um, and I have done my best to you know allow people to feel comfortable in their own shape. It's important to
Mm,
me to accept yourself. So um, I have been calling myself the plus size runner for a while now because I can run, a 5K in 25 minutes, or I can run a 5K in 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I'm still running the same distance that, a 25-minute 5K is. So
yes.
a runner is a runner. You got out, you laced up, and you did the work. You are a runner, no matter what. So I strongly recommend everyone in any shape to feel comfortable, to get out there and just do it. It doesn't matter what's your size. Size is just a number. Like I always say, age is a number, size is a number. That's it. But it is your strong will that will get you to run a 5K, a 10K, whatever distance you set your goal to. Um,
Mm,
but I do want to make sure that people, women especially, feel comfortable knowing that your shape shouldn't stop you from doing things, especially running.
mm,
Um, as a runner myself, and like I said, I've been running for 25 years. Um, a lot of times I question whether I'm gonna lose weight or not. I watch what I eat. I work out every day. I haven't been running since this whole thing started, but I used to run like a lot. But I wouldn't lose weight, so it's okay to question. What are you doing wrong? But I always have to remember whether I'm a plus size or a small size. I am gonna continue doing my best because that's all I can do. If my body wants to be big, then it's gonna be big, because as I feel like I'm doing everything that I can to be healthy, which is the main goal. The main goal is
yes.
not my weight. My main goal is to be healthy, whether I'm a size small or a size large. So that's what's really important. Anyone out there, wondering what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong if you're doing what you know you have to do. And that includes resting, eating well, working out, and taking care of you emotionally. That plays a big role. Um, just accept your body the way it is. Your body will love you back, and it will do so many things for you once you accept who you are. Um, and then changes always happen. Sometimes I drop sizes. Sometimes I go back to be large, and I'm like, I'm fine with that. I know I'm doing what I can, just to be healthy, which is the main goal. But I do saw those magazine covers that people were doing. It's one of the clubs that I run with. Uh, and I think they are trying to promote, you know, awareness of the the runners who are not portrayed on these magazines, which is important. I feel like we need to, as a society, we need to understand that not everyone is one specific size. We have a population that is doing the same activity who happen to be a different size. And that should all be not just on size, but on color. There are people who come from different ethnic groups who are doing everything, who are part of the society, doing their best to be in it. So they should be included. They should be represented in all these magazines. Because the story that you might hear from a professional runner who's breaking records might be just as inspiring as the story of a person who's starting to run a 5K, whose journey is about to be opened up in front of our eyes. So every story matters. just like every size matters, just like every color matter. So we need to make sure that these magazines represent every person that buys that magazine, because everybody can be an inspiration.
And I also feel like they don't really use runners as models on the covers, and that contributed to me actually stopping buying the magazine, because every month I would see the same type of runner on the cover, and even inside the magazine as well, the story was always from the same perspective, up until a point where I just was. It was an internal thought on when I would actually see a person of color on the cover, and that hasn't happened until now. So I thought it was really cool that that crew decided to tackle that issue in that way. I think it was very impactful.
Yeah, I should have asked him to do one of myself.
You should do that, and I will gladly share it. I just want to talk about your pack. So I know there was an Instagram account that I followed, which was Pink Coyote's pack, but it's not active anymore. What happened?
Oh, well, we're still friends. um, what happened is that at the time when we were going really strong, we were not really a big group. It was more of a group that was running with me, a group of friends who liked the way
Mm-hmm.
that I was training. So they wanted to get better at running. They wanted me to train them. I had one person who was a much better runner than me, but he wanted to be part of the group. So it was more of a small group of friends that wanted me to be kind of like the leader of their training. So I was taking them through so many of the trails that I was very familiar with. Unfortunately, at that time, my sister, she had cancer. Um, she was she was battling cancer for 3 years, and unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
she passed after 3 long years of battling.
Sorry.
So I had to stop training with them because she took all my time, and I honestly wanted to be there for her more than anything. So because I stopped running, my pack kind of gave me that
Separated.
time that I needed for my family. And like I said, they were just friends of mine who wanted me to take the time that I needed to take care of my sister. So we started running after that. Um, we have tried to get together, but unfortunately, everybody has different things going on in their life. It's been 3 years since we stopped, so it's been difficult. We still do things here and there whenever whenever we want to go on a run, we try to get together and do something. But unfortunately, we're no longer training as much as we want to. But those were amazing people. I had an amazing support group going through those hard times, and I can never thank them enough for all the love and support when I was feeling so low. But this is exactly what I'm saying. Like running has literally saved my life, because you find the people that you need in your life at the right time, and they're part of your running life. So it was nice to have them, but unfortunately, we're not together anymore. But we're
That's
trying to get
cool.
back. We are.
It all happened when it happens after Corona. I also read in
Hopefully.
your first post, you were training for a 50K in for a 50-kilometer race in 2016. Did you end up participating, or did you forego that race?
Um, so I didn't do the race. However, I ended up doing another race. That was a 24-hour race, and I did it last
Oh
year.
wow.
So we ran nonstop 24 hours, and that was an amazing experience. I was the only runner eating all the time. I think that's why I made it. I will take breaks and just like keep on eating, and the race director, she was just so amazed by how much I can eat when I'm running.
What was the format? Were you running around the block? Were you running to a point and then coming back?
Yeah, actually, it was around a farm. So it was a loop, a 2 mile loop we were doing nonstop. So at every lap, we will stop and mark to see how many laps we did, how many miles. So, and then at that spot, they will have food. So I will stop and mark my lap and grab something to
Take
eat.
food. And at the end of the 24 hours, how many kilometers did you accumulate or miles?
Um, I believe it was 60K.
Wow, that's a lot.
I think so. No, wait, no. It was 60 miles.
60
I have
miles
no
is
idea.
like 80, because it's a conversion of 1.6. So 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. So let's just say around 70, 80 kilometers.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So add like 15 kilometers and you are ready to come do Comrades Marathon in South Africa.
Yeah,
That needs to be on your bucket list.
I know. It will be.
I wanted to ask about Run Delay, but you've already covered that where you mentioned that you run with different groups. So they're part of the groups that you run with, right?
Yes, each group is different. That's why I like running with different groups. Um, my home group is called Randelay. I believe that's how we met. Randelay is more of a family-oriented group, and we only run a short distance. We just run a 5K, or sometimes we'll run a 10K. And then I run with Anytime Runners. That's more of an ultra running group. We cover sometimes 20 miles on a run. I also run with a group called Run With Us. They also do mountains and mountains, and sometimes I'm the last one, but they always wait for me. um, I run with Mountain Runners, which is also a very small group, but also do mountains. Good Vibes, it's another group I run with. They do track workouts. So every time I go there, it's like I have to be on my A game because those people are fast on the track. So every group has a different essence, and I enjoy running with everyone. Like every group has a different thing that you can appreciate, and they allow you to come. So if they welcome me, I'm gonna keep on going.
You should. And when you did my takeover, you were doing the San Francisco Marathon. Have you done any more marathons since then?
I've only done the LA Marathon. Honestly, it's my favorite race. And 2 years ago, I did it with my son for the first time. So that was.
So your son did a marathon in his teenage years. This is becoming a family
Yes.
thing.
Yes, and he didn't stop. That was one of my proudest moments. He never stopped. He was listening to me the whole time. The first half of the marathon, he let me control the pace. After that, he took over. He's like, "It's my pace. Keep up with me." So it was an amazing experience doing it with him for the first time. Um, yeah, so this year I also did, that was my last race. We were able to do the LA Marathon before they closed the city. So that was my last race. But I enjoy doing the LA Marathon. The people around, it's so amazing. You have so many people just cheering for you from beginning to end. You have to do it. You have to come to LA and do it once.
It's like the Water Marathon. I need to do it.
Yes.
I need to do it.